Good morning to all of you. Thanks for being here with us this morning. I'm Vanessa Broussard. Today, we're taking a closer look at the life of women in Iran through the eyes of someone who has lived it. For decades, women in Iran have faced strict laws that control everything from what you wear to how you travel, work, and even participate in public life. Under Iranian law, women do not have the same legal rights as men in areas like marriage, divorce, custody, and even freedom of movement. Women are also required to follow a mandatory dress code, including wearing a headscarf in public, and violations can lead to fines, arrests, and even prison time. A woman who lived it, Mooney Rahimi, she is with us here today. Mooney, thank you so much for being here and telling your story. You were born, raised, and grew up in Iran, and you came to the U.S. a couple of years ago. Let's start with your childhood. What did you witness at a young age?
Well, thank you so much, Vanessa, for having me, and I really appreciate this opportunity. And yes, as you just mentioned, women in Iran like facing oppression every day, every minute of their life in Iran. When I was a kid, I remember the first time that I experienced this operation when I was 6 years old, and I wanted to go to the school. And they told me that I have to like wear my head, my body in kind of like a uniform, so I'd be able to allow to get in school to like have like education and this kind of stuff. So that was my first experience as a kid in Iran. And I sent you some pictures that if you see like those pictures, if some of those outfits got caught like by morality police, like even though I like covered my hair, my body, and everything, um, still I got caught by morality police because I was like showing a little bit of like my bangs or something like that. So this is an experience that women of Iran are having inside of Iran, so that they have to be able to live.
Sad to hear, especially at such a young age, that you grew up knowing that you had to wear this strict dress code just to enroll in school. And so, take us through your years growing up. What did you witness of other women? You have to, at that time, know that this just isn't right, correct? I mean, you learned this at such a young age.
Yeah, that's very true. I just mentioned, but I got caught like a few times by morality police, and they have like very improper like behavior to women. Like if they see if you have like a if you're just showing a little bit of your ankles, or if you're showing a little bit of your like arms or something, or a little bit of your bangs, they're gonna caught you in Iran, and then they're gonna like bring you to like some of those like organization. I don't know what's it called, but they have a very improper behavior. Like they're beating some woman, they take pictures of women, and they kind of like humiliate like some of those there. And maybe after some hours or after even days, they allow them to like let go um, of those organizations. And I was experiencing, especially the last years of my life in Iran, experiencing like women of Iran fighting for their freedom. They go to the street, protesting for their basic human rights, for their freedom. They're getting arrested, they're getting killed in the street, or getting tortured in jails, or getting raped. Like these are the real life of women of Iran every day. Like if they want to chant for their freedom, if they want to like ask for the basic human rights that every woman in West having it right now, they're getting arrested, they're getting tortured by Islamic regime forces in jails, and so many of them getting raped and then got killed, like murdered by the Islamic forces. So that's the thing that I'm trying to say. When I came to US, I always wish all this freedom, all this opportunity that I have right now in USA for all of my people, for all the women inside Iran. And this is the reason that I constantly try to be active and try to be like the voice of the people of Iran, especially right now that they don't have any internet. Like Islamic regime started to like cutting off the internet like from about like 2 weeks ago, and no one have internet inside of Iran, except like a few people that those are like regime people to like spread lies and fake news and propaganda from inside of Iran, and no ordinary, no regular like people inside Iran have internet. So this is the reason that I'm trying to be the voice of those people that do not have access to internet, do not have access to be to echo themselves, to say what they actually want.
Right. And I'm so glad you're here and you are a voice, Mooney. And we're so glad that you have come on the show today to talk about what's really happening there. Because I believe in America, we get so accustomed to our freedoms that we don't realize how blessed we are with the freedoms that we have here. And when we hear your type of stories and we see why President Trump and his administration is making sure Iran does not have nuclear weapons, that it really hits home when we hear stories like yours, because you were born and raised there, you grew up there, and you fled to America to have a better life. Take me to the streets of Iran. When President Trump, they started, bombing parts of Iran, and the people in the streets started celebrating, the women, the men as well. Everyone was joyous that there may be a new Iran upon us. Do you still have family and friends there? What can you tell us about the mood that's happening there right now?
Yes, Vanessa, I still have some of my family, some of my relatives, and a few of my friends are still there. And yes, there were celebration all over Iran by people. Although, like President Donald Trump and Prince Reza Pahlavi, as the leader, like a true leader of people of Iran, told everyone inside of Iran to stay at home, be safe. They came to the street just to celebrate because they fed up so much by this regime that the only way that they could imagine to get rid of this regime is to like intervene, but getting intervened by USA and President Donald Trump. Because if, as you may know, last month, there were a massacre happening. Like people were done with this regime that they came to the street, like millions of people came to the street after Prince Reza Pahlavi calling on them to like, okay, this is a time, you should come like to the people, like you people of the Iran, you should come to the street and then chant for things that you want. And after that, millions of Iranians came to the street the night of January 8th and 9th, and they were chanting for their basic human rights. They were chanting for Prince Reza Pahlavi, and over 50,000 people got murdered by Islamic regime in less than 2 days. And just imagine like this tyrannical, like brutal regime, how what they can do to the rest of their world when they kill 50,000 of their own civilians in less than 2 days. What do you like? How can you imagine um, what could be the situation after this regime get access to the nukes, what they're gonna do to the whole world? So this is the thing that I'm trying to like say every day on my social medias to like all of my like American friends, to kind of like raise awareness of the situation. And after all that happened, they were asking like constantly for the over past month, people of inside Iran, they were asking President Donald Trump to like come to help them. And there were some messages from him like saying help is on the way and this kind of stuff. So when President Donald Trump said those things, it just gave all those hopes to the people of Iran that kind of like made them so hopeful to like come to the street even more. And that was the reason the people of Iran, when they saw like USA intervene in the situation, they came to the street, they were dancing, they were doing all those like celebration, that if you like saw those videos of a street inside of Iran, and even it wasn't inside, it was even outside. Like I was like celebrating the night that President Donald Trump actually intervened the situation, the night that Ayatollah Khamenei was dead. So all the Iranian inside and all the Iranian outside were happy with this situation, and this was the thing that we wanted for so many time. That when we saw that this happened, we just start celebrating.
Absolutely, as you should have, and so should all of the people of Iran. It was such a glorious thing, Mooney, to watch. You know, we had just seen what happened in Venezuela, and then now Iran, and the people of Cuba are asking President Trump to come there next, because we want peace all over the world, and people should have the basic human rights, like you just mentioned. We have some women who were out there celebrating in the streets minutes after the current regime was killed in the attacks. Let's take a quick listen to what they had to say.
Love you, Trump. You can imagine how we are appreciate our country, our people. I'm really appreciate. We love you.
Thank you, Mr. President Trump. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you, Mr. President. Dear Mr. President Trump.
Trump kill Khamenei. I'm so happy. Thanks, Trump. Thanks, Trump. You are the best man in the world. I love you, Trump.
I want to have a big thanks to President Trump for keeping his promise and freeing people of Iran that has nothing to do with this government, with this terrorist government.
Moni, doesn't that just give you chills? I love to see the people there celebrating.
Yes, actually it gives me like goosebumps to see like, okay, this was the thing that we wanted for so many years and finally happened. And even me, I didn't expect it to like happen this early. Like I really, really didn't know that it's gonna be someday that I actually see it when I'm young. Like when you like tell me, if you told me like this gonna happen like 2 years ago, that this time of the like a year this gonna happen, I was like, oh, I don't believe this. So yes, one thing that I wanted to mention here, that even before that this strike happened, there were like some footage, some videos coming from Iran, that the people of Iran, they for example, they changed the name of a street to like President Donald Trump Street, like put it like a kind of like a sticker on a street, or they like were like writing like President Donald Trump name, asking for help on the wall on the street. And this was the thing, like this is the reality that happening inside of Iran. And to all those people that try to like deny or try to like twist the situation, or spread like fake news, or even say that this is not a thing that the people of Iran wanted, I'm just here to say, okay, I was in Iran a year ago. I moved to US about 2 years ago. Uh, and before that, all of my life, I was living in Iran, and I was seeing what people of Iran actually want from the whole world. And these are the footage that coming from Iran that so many people trying to like ignore. And right now that the people of Iran do not have access to internet, and me or my friends outside Iran that trying to be the voice of people of Iran, we are the people who actually say that what the people wanted and what people do not want it. Not some of those people invest or in media that do not have any experience living under those situations for even a minute of their life. So I'm here to say that please, if anyone like hearing this, anyone saying this, please, everything that you see doesn't mean that they're true. Everything that you see in media doesn't mean that they're real, because these people are so good at like spreading propaganda. Like Islamic regime, they were doing it for the whole past 47 years. So they're so good at like spreading propaganda. They're so good at like spreading like fake news, and all those people in West or media are funded by this regime to do this kind of stuff in this situation. Like they knew that if these things gonna happen, they need like some people to like spread their propaganda. So we try to echo the reality of inside Iran.
I am so glad that you said that, Mooney, because we see a lot of that, and you're exactly right. The people of America are so blessed with our freedoms and our rights that we don't realize what life is like in Iran, in Venezuela, in Cuba, and these other countries that are living under these terroristic regimes, and how they have their thumb on you to how you can live and what you can and cannot do. You're a product of theirs. You're owned by them. And so the freedoms just aren't there. And I'm so glad you came on today to tell your story so people can get a firsthand account of what life was really like under this terrible regime for 47 years. I do want to mention you had brought up social media. You're very active on social media, on your X account. I follow you and your stories, and you debunk a lot of these fake news articles and these fake accounts that are putting all these lies out there and spreading misinformation. And so I encourage everyone to follow you, because not only are you beautiful inside and out, and I'm so happy that you fled from that regime. I hate that you had to leave your home country, but beautiful things await there, and for you here in America as well. But people need to really follow you on social media because it's the firsthand accounts that you'll get the true story, not from the people in America who've never been in Iran and probably can't even sometimes point to Iran on a map. So it's your stories, Mooney, who are really the ones that people need to listen to. I do want to bring this up while we have you because you come to America. And I hear this a lot, especially from the Cuban nationals who have come to America for a better life. I have been told that we are, well, especially when we were under the Biden administration, that we were so close to what life was like in Cuba. You posted a picture that I saw circulating social media of New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani at a current meeting where they were sitting on the floor. And you had some comments to say about this, and saying that we are so close as Americans to living a lifestyle that you fled from. And again, I hear that a lot from Cubans as well. What can you say about this picture and your post?
Oh yes, Vanessa. So as you just mentioned, 2 years ago, I moved to US just because I didn't want to live under like an Islamic country, like Islamic regime that was in Iran. And I didn't know any, like I didn't see any future for myself. So I just decided to like move to another country, like especially like USA, which is like a really great country. Like the freedom, the opportunity that this country is giving me, I'm always like grateful, and I'm always honored to be here. And I always like try my best, be hardworking to like use all of my knowledge to serve this country. But anyways, about that picture, when I saw that picture, and oh my god, things that happening right now in USA, this new mayor of New York, when he wanted to like get in power, like I remember he was saying some stuff like free buses, like I don't know, reduced rent, and this kind of stuff that is tempting by general like people. And this was the thing that the mullahs 1979, about like 47 years ago, they started to say exact same thing in Iran to get in power. Like this is kind of like their method to get in power, and once they get in power, they abuse their kind of like their ability or their power in order to like spread their culture or beliefs in a way that at first it sounds like a like as they trying to say, like they say like this is the religion of peace, which I believe is not. and trying to like kind of like romanticize like this religion to the people, and then after that they try to force this religion to people, like as they did in Iran. Like before 1979, Iran wasn't a country that women had to like wear hijab or had to like cover themselves. But after these mullahs get into power and manipulate people, they forced people, especially women, to cover themselves, and so many other things that happened in Iran that kind of like turned that great country to a ruined and destroyed one. So that was a thing that I'm trying to like warn people, especially like Americans, and I'm trying to like tell them my story, my experience, and all those things that happened to Iran and to the people of the USA, so that they can know, because we always know that we need to learn from history. We shouldn't repeat it. So these things that happening, especially that picture that you just showed, I just don't understand, because what happened to the separation of church and state? Like, is it just for Christianity and other religion can like do it? Like this thing that happening in like City Hall of New York, this is like some ritual thing that they do in Ramadan in their religion. So why they're not like keeping the separation of church of state for other religion as well? That's my question as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this could be the beginning of what's to come for New York City. We've been saying it all along, but they voted Mamdani in. And so, unfortunately, that's what they're getting. And I still love New York. I pray for New York, and hopefully it doesn't get too bad over there. That's another topic for another day, because there's a lot going on in the Big Apple under Mamdani in just a couple of months. But any final words for Americans? Because Minnie, we hear Americans say, you know, if President Trump put America first, why is he seeing about other countries? I'm so tired, as I'm sure you are, of seeing this on social media from these naysayers who are going against President Trump freeing the people of Venezuela, freeing the people of Iran, and that not only helps the world and the people in those countries, but it also helps America too. Any final words to Americans on how blessed we are to live in these great states?
Yeah, absolutely. But just to mention that, yeah, I totally agree. President Donald Trump always put America first, but I believe he's such a great genius person that he makes the situation in a way that would be like a win-win for the both side. And in this situation, I'm gonna say, you see all these extreme like lefties, all these people that spread propaganda in West, all of them are actually funded by Islamic regime and Qatar and those like countries. So and all those missiles that gonna send to like some terrorists like Hamas or other war that happening in the Middle East, all of them are funded by Islamic regime. So all I wanted to try and say is that this situation between USA and Iran is not just only for people of Iran or people of USA. No, this is something that is for like the whole world. Like the once this regime get access to nukes, this is gonna be a very dangerous place to live. Like the whole world's gonna be a dangerous place to live, because they don't have any mercy. They have this thing in their book Quran that they call everyone else except Muslim as kafir, which they're allowed to fight them and they're allowed to kill them under the name of their God and the name of their religion. So all these things that they doing it is because of their religion, because of their things that are said in the book of their religion. So I'm just trying to say to all the Americans that do not see this situation only between Iran and USA. We do not want to see another 9/11. We do not want to see like terrors that happen all around the world. So we need to like cut off all of these fundings from the like main source, which is Islamic regime. So we need to get rid of this regime. And right now, the only way to do that is our great leader, Prince Reza Pahlavi, who all the people inside and outside of Iran are united and calling for him. And I believe free Iran is coming soon, and all the world gonna be a very better place to live after that.
Yes, I agree with you. Mooni Rahimi, so good to have you on the show today. So glad you came on to tell your story. And welcome to America. Welcome home. And I know good things are in store for you for the future. We appreciate you being on today, and we'll be in contact.
Thank you so much, Vanessa, and giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much.
Continuing on with our coverage, the Pentagon has been transparent on Operation Epic Fury, daily updates, sometimes hourly. Our Heather Mullins is at the Pentagon with more.
Heather Mullins with LINDELLTV here at the Pentagon, recapping the press briefing that Secretary Hegseth had on the ongoing situation in Iran. Him and General Kane once again providing another opportunity to ask questions. We did have the opportunity to ask two important questions, one pertaining to the unconditional surrender President Trump said he is calling for from Iran, and also China's involvement, if any, with the Iranian regime. So let's take a listen to that question. President Trump is set to meet with Xi Jinping in a couple of weeks. How much support, if any, has China been given the Iranian regime? And then the second question, just, I know President Trump calling for an unconditional surrender from Iran. Given that the U.S. is working in partnership with Israel on this whole operation, is Iran expected to meet demands of both countries or just the U.S., and what are those demands?
Well, we're proud to partner with the incredible capabilities the Israelis have, but our objectives are our objectives, and so when those are met, as we meet those, we'll set the tempo of when those are met. What was the first question?
He's meeting with Xi Jinping.
Oh, yeah. The president has
a
a historic relationship with President Xi. They look forward to having a dynamic conversation. Two powers. President Trump ultimately has established terms of that relationship, which advance the United States of America, and that meeting will continue to ensure we advance that.
General Kane also spoke about the KC-135 refueling jet that went down over Iraq. At the time, they hadn't confirmed it was an ongoing investigation and a search and rescue, but unfortunately, U.S. Central Command put out a statement. All 6 crew members aboard the refueling aircraft that went down in western Iraq are now confirmed deceased. The aircraft was lost while flying over friendly airspace March 12th during Operation Epic Fury. The circumstances of the incident are under investigation. However, the loss of the aircraft was not due to hostile fire or friendly fire. The identities of the service members are being withheld until 24 hours after next of kin have been notified. And one of the other issues brought up is pertaining the Strait of Hormuz, which is a very important choke point in the region. A lot of shipping going through there, very, very important to the world's energy supply. Secretary Hegseth said it is facing some Iranian fire. Let's take a listen.
The only thing prohibiting transit in the Straits right now is Iran shooting at shipping.
General Kane did mention that they are going after Iran's mine-laying capabilities and the defense industrial base now. We've heard over the last few briefings, Secretary Hegseth say, they took control of a lot of the airspace there. They've done a number on the Iranian Navy, sinking a ton of different ships. And now they're going after the mine-laying capabilities that threaten that Strait of Hormuz, as well as looking for defense industrial base targets to weaken Iran's ability to remanufacture and rebuild. We're, I think, about 2 weeks or so, give or take a couple days into this whole situation, but they've been very transparent, holding a number of different briefings each week, and we look forward to staying on top of this here at LINDELLTV.
And when Operation Epic Fury began, the president's senior administration, they were in a situation room at Mar-a-Lago. A reporter asked Vice President Vance about what went on inside the room. The vice president with this epic answer.
What did you advise the president initially as he considered his actions in Iran, and what are you urging him to do now, especially with Americans seeing higher prices at the pump and some of the fallout from that across the economy? Do you express any concerns like those you've expressed in the past on the possibility of these extended wars?
Well, Bill, I appreciate the question. I know you guys have to ask it, but imagine the situation. We're in the situation room where you can't even take your iPod in there, or your AirPods, I guess what they're called. You can't take your iPhone in there. You can't take anything in there because it is the most classified space anywhere in the world. And I sit there with Pete Hegseth and General Kane and Marco Rubio and the entire White House team, and the president and I and the entire senior team are talking about the options and about what we need to do and about how we must best protect the American people. I hate to disappoint you, but I'm not going to show up here and in front of God and everybody else tell you exactly what I said in that classified room, partially because I don't want to go to prison, and partially because I think it's important for the President of the United States to be able to talk to his advisors without those advisors running their mouth to the American media.
Well, there you have it. Operation Epic Fury now entering its third week. It started on February 28th. The president on Air Force One had this to say to the traveling press pool.
We had some very good results today, as you probably heard, in Iran. Very strong results militarily. Results. We're talking to countries about policing the streets, because they are the ones, we don't get oil, very little, 1%, 2%. China, as an example, gets about 90% of its oil from the Hormuz Strait. And nice to have other countries police that with us. And we'll help. We'll work militarily. As far as I'm concerned, we've essentially defeated Iran.
Yep, defeated Iran. It's hard to hear on Air Force One because they are flying on the plane and the president speaking to the press pool in the back. But there's been multiple conspiracy theories online as well. You probably have seen it about Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, these social media influencers are questioning whether or not he's alive and if he's been killed in action. Israel debunked the social media claims, first posting this video that you see here, but that wasn't enough for the internet, claiming it was an AI-generated video. Even so-called journalists took off with it. So, after this video aired and so many said that this wasn't real, it was AI-generated, Bibi posted this video yesterday right here saying he's alive and well and he's grabbing coffee. Well, social media was still not happy, saying if this video was real, why didn't his full cup of coffee spill? I swear sometimes you can't please these people. So here's Bibi posting a video addressing the rumors, drinking his coffee. But the people still said, nope, this is AI generated as well. So then the coffee company where he stopped for a cup of joe came behind him, making posts that Bibi did in fact stop in for a cup of coffee. So with all of that said, Benjamin Netanyahu is not dead. Israel has confirmed it. Bibi has confirmed it. The coffee company has even confirmed it. But chances are you'll probably still see these theories online today. Another fun topic where you can't please everyone. Steak and lobster for our troops. The real heroes this country has to offer. Pete Hegseth spent money on steak and lobster for our soldiers who are serving right now. The left is in a frenzy about it. They can't believe the Secretary of War spent money on our troops to have a nice meal. Look at them enjoying their meal. I say eat up. Give them more. I'd rather my tax dollars be spent on steak and lobster for the brave instead of maybe Somali fraudsters and illegal aliens getting free handouts. Feed our troops and feed them well. In other news this morning, the Save America Act is expected to be voted on in the Senate this week. One person not behind it, Senator John Fetterman.
Do you have time for a quick question on the Save America Act? I mean, I've been very front and center on it. I'm not sure what the agenda is. Now, if they have a serious conversation, that's just provide basic ID to vote, you know, like somebody that could support that.
Okay, and what is it about the current legislation that you have a problem with? Because you did support it before.
Because it has no chance of passing. Okay. So, like, put up something that has a chance to maybe even pass, unless you just want empty kind of show votes. If they want that, that's their prerogative. I'll be a reasonable Democrat to say showing ID to vote. That's 83% of Americans agree with that. 71% of Democrats do. Make sure that you want to know who people are voting. Regular ID, you know, that's something I might get behind, not all the other things. So if you want a show vote, you'll get it, and then it has no chance of passing.
Do you think that if we implemented the talking filibuster that it would have a better chance of passing?
No, I've been very clear about that. If they want to be serious about it, do it. Otherwise, you'll get your show vote that has no chance of passing. You want to make it you want to make it more secure, and do it the right way that have a chance of passing. Otherwise, it's just bad performance art.
Thank you, Senator.
Well, the left is making it out for you to believe this bill is going to make it harder for Americans to vote. No, it's going to make it harder for illegals to vote. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt lays it out for the press and for America yet again.
The Act has 5 simple requirements as requested by the President of the United States. Number 1, voters have to show ID to cast a ballot in an American election. Very simple. 90% of Americans, including more than 80% of Democrat voters, agree with this. Number 2, the Save America Act will require all voters to show proof of citizenship in order to register to vote in American elections. Again, this is popular and rooted in common sense. Only American citizens have the right to vote in American elections. But after Joe Biden and the Democrats allowed tens of millions of illegal aliens into our country, it's more important than ever to ensure that only American citizens are registering to vote on our nation's voter rolls, and Congress needs to pass this. Number 3, the Save America Act abolishes the incredibly unsecure practice of universal mail-in ballots, which throw the door wide open for fraud. Importantly, the Save America Act maintains exceptions for Americans to use mail-in ballots for illness, disability, military, or travel reasons. The bipartisan 2005 report of the Commission on Federal Election Reform, chaired by, of all people, former President Jimmy Carter and former Secretary of State James Baker, concluded that, quote, absentee ballots remain the largest source of potential voter fraud.
Seems easy, right? Well, the Save America Act, again, will be voted on this week in the Senate. Busted in Texas, Border Patrol releasing these pictures of a couple of guys trying to get in, but instead they're being escorted out. According to Border Patrol, these smugglers thought that they could drive to the border, pick up 7 illegal aliens, and then speed off into the country. Well, that didn't happen. Agents used security technology and tactics and quickly rounded them up. The 2 smugglers will face felony charges. And those are your top stories today. When we come back, spring is bringing more cold weather for much of the U.S. We'll check the forecast with meteorologist Dana Melanson. But first, a look at the American flag, proudly flying over the U.S. Embassy in Venezuela for the first time in years.
For the first time ever, we're bringing you My Pillow mattresses and mattress toppers for as low as $99.98. Remember, sleep's all about temperature and pressure points. Whatever sleep needs you have, we have the right technology for you. Like our My Pillow mattress topper, our queen size has over 10,000 individual comfort supports to help relieve your pressure points. And how about our 3-inch Hybrid Plus mattress topper? It's infused with copper and silver to help your body get the restorative sleep it needs. And our MyPillow and Case Coil mattresses, I personally helped develop these mattresses to make sure they have everything needed to give us great sleep. Plus, they're made right here in the USA, and they ship right to your front door absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get MyPillow mattresses and toppers for as low as $99.98 and free shipping. Have you ever noticed how complicated it is to get your medication? When you're not feeling well or you're running low on something, it turns into a whole process. You call the doctor, your appointment's days away, you sit in the waiting room, then you stand in line at the pharmacy, and sometimes they don't even have it. That's the old system. It is slow, it's frustrating, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I've been telling you about All Family Pharmacy. My family loves it, and I use them myself. You go online, you choose what you need, you fill out a short medical form, and one of their licensed doctors reviews your request. If it's appropriate, they write up the prescription, and it ships straight to your front door. This is how healthcare should work. If you believe in being prepared like I do, this is one of the smartest moves you can make. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Use the code Lindell10 to save 10% today.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
Well, we all thought spring had sprung, but Mother Nature is proving us wrong. Cold, frigid weather is sweeping across much of the U.S., giving us one more taste of winter. Meteorologist Dana Melanson is in the Weather Center with a weather outlook. Dana.
Good morning, Vanessa. Yeah, this storm is being classified as a triple threat megastorm, and appropriately so. Snow, high winds, and that's a big plus in this particular storm. And of course, the potential for severe weather that we're going to be seeing along the East Coast. You can certainly see on our national satellite the amount of cloud work, and now the radar showing the snow coupled along with the frontal system going through the Great Lakes that is really going to intensify not only the potential for more power outages. I mean, in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, we're talking about more than 200,000 people without power as the storm continues to push its way through. The frontal system now draped from everywhere from Ohio south to Louisiana, believe it or not. And behind it, we're going to be witnessing and feeling Arctic air push, some 15 to 25 degrees colder than normal, with wind chills below zero in certain spots. These are all of the warnings and watches that the National Weather Service has put across the Midwest, from blizzard warnings, wind advisories, wind threats, and of course, blizzard, not only blizzard conditions, but whiteout conditions and excessive snow totals as the storm continues to push its way through. You can see so so far, and this is just what we've accumulated during the last 24 hours. Some 4 and 5 inches of snow in portions of Madison, Chicago. You can see Indianapolis, a little small sliver of area between Detroit and Louisville, Kentucky, that's getting a little bit of a break, but then it really intensifies from eastern New York State all the way south to Tennessee. And we're going to continue to see that. Now, if that wasn't enough, as the storm continues to move through during the next couple of days, severe storm threat will continue to drape all along the eastern seaboard between Baltimore and going all the way to South Carolina, where we could potentially see not only lightning threats, severe thunderstorm activity going through, and the potential for some tornadic activity to go through areas along the East Coast. Vanessa?
Stay safe out there, everyone. Well, cold as ice as well as the hockey arena. The U.S. Paralympic sled hockey team has beaten Canada for the gold at the Winter Games. Team USA delivered a strong performance. They came out strong, controlling the puck early, and they kept that momentum throughout the game. So good to see, winning 6-2, capturing their 5th consecutive Paralympic gold medal. Congratulations to them. And staying on the topic of sports, President Trump brought together some of the biggest names in sports for a major discussion on saving college sports. Watch.
We're gathered today to discuss an important threat to the integrity and culture of college sports, the inability to set rules on eligibility, transfers, name, image, and likeness, and more, much more than that. So we have to save college sports. I think it's just a very, very important meeting. We have the most important people in college sports and really beyond.
You know, just being an old football coach, it's unlikely for me to be in a situation where I'll be speaking to such a distinguished group, but I do think there's a question we all need to ask is, you know, what are the future guidance that we want to create for college athletics?
As people talk to me about this issue, they said one thing: the only person who could bring us together to reach a consensus is President Trump.
This is a topic and an issue that's important to all Americans. It's a cornerstone of our culture, the cornerstone of our Olympic development system, and provides opportunity for so many kids across the country.
There are 556,000 young people playing college sports right now across all 50 states. They will tell you that this is one of the most formative and important parts of their collegiate experience.
I think college sports is one of the greatest things this country has going, and we're at a time period where we really need the help of Congress and the government and all come together and speak in one unified voice to really make sure that we keep college sports healthy.
But it's very, very important that legislators get involved because we need some parameters right now, and the law and Congress can make that happen.
We all know college sports is uniquely American. It's something that began here in the mid-1800s and has continued to grow and draw people in. And from my perspective, the attention paid by President Trump to college sports is an important part of his leadership.
We cannot continue to have an environment where NIL is out of control.
And I think this requires people coming together and thinking about solutions so that we can maintain the vital passion around college sports in this country.
The time is now for really the leaders in college sports to come together, figure out solutions, and make sure we can move into the future with really kind of great momentum and assurances that we can keep college sports special.
All right, when we come back, we'll look at Wall Street opening bell numbers and the president's schedule for today. That's all coming up next. You're watching My Mornings with Vanessa.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again. And two of their best-selling health supplements are leading the way. First is Liver Health Formula. Over 100 million Americans have a sluggish liver that's riddled with fatty deposits. This can kill your metabolism, pile on the pounds, and make you feel tired. Liver Health Formula takes care of that. It supports thriving liver health with special nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. This is one of the easiest ways to slim down and revitalize your energy levels. Next is lymph system support. If you struggle with fluid buildup or swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, this is for you. The natural ingredients in lymph system support help gently flush away extra fluid and toxins out of your body. And right now, for a limited time, you get 35% off Liver Health Formula and Lymph System Support, along with 50 plus other health supplements that Pure Health Research has to offer. So head over to purehealthresearch.com and use promo code Lindell at checkout. That's purehealthresearch.com, promo code Lindell to save 35% on your order today.
America's founders warned that without knowledge and virtue, no nation can remain free. Yet through the steady infiltration of Marxist ideology, we have been stripped of both, and we are no longer a moral and educated people. To save America, we must spark nothing less than a national renaissance. That's why you need Freedom Talk Magazine, the journal of truth and virtue. We cultivate enlightened thinking and principled living, offering unique insights into the issues and remarkable people defining our world. Sign up today for your free subscription to Freedom Talk Magazine and join the new American Renaissance.
For the first time ever, we're bringing you MyPillow mattresses and mattress toppers for as low as $99.98. Remember, sleep's all about temperature and pressure points. Whatever sleep needs you have, we have the right technology for you. Like our MyPillow mattress topper, our queen size has over 10,000 individual comfort supports to help relieve your pressure points. And how about our 3-inch Hybrid Plus mattress topper? It's infused with copper and silver to help your body get the restorative sleep it needs. And our MyPillow and Case Coil mattresses, I personally helped develop these mattresses to make sure they have everything needed to give us great sleep. Plus, they're made right here in the USA, and they ship right to your front door absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get MyPillow mattresses and toppers for as low as $99.98 and free shipping.
Let's take a look at opening bell over on Wall Street. Numbers from MarketWatch.com. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. This is so good to see. After days of seeing the market in the red, a huge jump to start the week. Great news for all of the investors. Also be watching oil. It's nearing $100 a barrel. That's tied to the Middle East tensions and concerns about shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. The market trying to rebound today after 3 straight down weeks for the major indexes. We'll take it. Looking good right now over on Wall Street. Looking at your news to go as you start your day, the president has a packed schedule at the White House. At 11 o'clock this morning, he has a policy meeting. Then right after, he has lunch with the Trump Kennedy Center board members. Now, you know, Richard Grenell, who is a longtime ally of the president, is stepping down from his role on the board. So that meeting is coming up at 11:45 a.m. Then at 3:30 this afternoon, the president and vice president will participate in signing time. That is open to the press, so be on the lookout for coverage there. Again, that's at 3:30 Eastern. And then at 4 p.m., the president has a meeting with the U.S. ambassador to Japan. Also, be sure to join us tomorrow for our weekly segment with Turning Point USA Rise. We'll be talking about all of the big events planned and how your kids can get involved. Positive friendships, positive lifestyles, a godly group that everyone is invited to join. Love my friends over there at TPUSA Rise. They're more like family to me now. Everyone, I'm encouraging you to get involved with Turning Point. Rise is the newest chapter, and we are going to talk more about it. That's tomorrow right here on the show. Also, don't forget, if you're doing some spring shopping, you can always go to mypillow.com and mystore.com. Huge sales going on right now for the spring season. The mega sale is going on. You can get bedding, you can get towels for your restroom, you can get items for your kitchen. We just saw the banner there for Rev 7. Everyone loves Rev 7. These are energy drinks that don't give you the jitters like a lot of other energy drinks do. People tell me that they love Rev 7 and they drink one every morning before heading out the door. So I encourage you to go try it out. You can go get your first pack if you haven't done so already on mypillow.com. Rev 7 is the way to go. Gives you energy for the day to get you through your day, but it doesn't give you those jitters. Also, check out all the other sales going on. Don't forget Fido. We were looking at some pictures the other day of so many different pets who love to sleep on their MyPillow beds. Mike Lindell even takes care of our four-legged babies as well. Go to my store, all of those American entrepreneurs who have our same values. Mike Lindell has handpicked these companies to be on his My Store website. All products you see on My Store are made in the USA. When you are shopping mypillow.com and mystore.com, make sure you use the promo code Vanessa. That way you can save yourself more money. And let me tell you, Mike Lindell did good with that promo, because when you type it in, you'll see prices drop drastically. So make sure you use the promo code Vanessa. We leave you today in prayer. Our daily Bible verse comes from the book of Corinthians. The Bible says this: "For the word of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." And that'll do it for us here today. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
For the first time ever, we're bringing you MyPillow mattresses and mattress toppers for as low as $99.98. Remember, sleep's all about temperature and pressure points. Whatever sleep needs you have, we have the right technology for you. Like our MyPillow mattress topper, our queen size has over 10,000 individual comfort supports to help relieve your pressure points. And how about our 3-inch Hybrid Plus mattress topper? It's infused with copper and silver to help your body get the restorative sleep it needs. And our MyPillow and Case Coil mattresses, I personally helped develop these mattresses to make sure they have everything needed to give us great sleep. Plus, they're made right here in the USA, and they ship right to your front door absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get MyPillow mattresses and toppers for as low as $99.98 and free shipping. Have you ever noticed how complicated it is to get your medication? When you're not feeling well or you're running low on something, it turns into a whole process. You call the doctor, your appointment's days away, you sit in the waiting room, then you stand in line at the pharmacy, and sometimes they don't even have it. That's the old system. It is slow, it's frustrating, and it doesn't have to be that way. That's why I've been telling you about All Family Pharmacy. My family loves it, and I use them myself. You go online, you choose what you need, you fill out a short medical form, and one of their licensed doctors reviews your request. If it's appropriate, they write up the prescription, and it ships straight to your front door. This is how healthcare should work. If you believe in being prepared like I do, this is one of the smartest moves you can make. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Use the code Lindell10 to save 10% today.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice, speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including LINDELLTV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to LINDELLTV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again. And 2 of their best-selling health supplements are leading the way. First is Liver